what's the difference between effective versus efficient? Well, when I talk about effective, what I'm really talking about are you doing the right things? Now, are you spending a lot of time on Facebook, Instagram, rather than working on your 5 to thrive? Here what I've found is really going through your 5 to thrive. That's mind, body, soul, relationships, and business, and knocking those things out first thing in the morning. So here I am doing this daily growth hack, and it's 5:45 in the morning, and I've already done some reading, and I'm about to go to the gym. So what I'm really focusing on is making sure my time is effective, and I've picked those key things that I need to be doing in each of my 5 to thrive to move the needle significantly. So for example, if you're in sales, are you spending your time in your CRM rather than time with your clients? Are you spending time at work just answering emails all day, really working on somebody else's schedule and not on your own? Have you taken the time to figure out what the most effective use of your time is rather than just wasting time throughout the day? Now, if you think about it, there's all kinds of ways that we waste time through the day. That's checking email, that's being on social media, playing games, texting people. All kinds of disruptions go throughout the day, especially nowadays where you can get text messages directly onto your laptop or your computer. Oftentimes I see people that I work with, you'll hear a ding and they'll respond to a text message. Now really that's just not effective because it's taking your mind out of what you were doing. You lose your focus time. I use an app called Rescue Time on my devices, and I'll tell you what, it really blew my mind the first time I used it to see how much I was using certain apps on my phone as well as certain aspects of computers or websites that I was visiting that I just wasn't conscious of how much actual time I was doing it or spending on those sites. And think of the Pareto's principle, right? This is you get 80% of the results from 20% of your outputs. Now, the key is to pick at which of those 20% and really be effective in those areas. So this is why we have the 5 to thrive. You pick 1 to 2 things in each of your 5 categories. So again, that's mind, body, soul, relationships, and business. And then you make sure you're significantly moving the needle in a holistic way. That's why we have the 5. Holistic way, and make sure that's effectively. So make sure you ask yourself today, where in your 5 to thrive are you being effective and you're doing the right things? So this is something I got from Greg Swanson's podcast. I highly recommend you go over there in iTunes and look it up. He's got some great information. And check him out. And again, I do my daily learnings in the morning so I can make sure I'm being effective in moving the needle each and every day. Now let's talk about efficiency. Now efficiency is totally different, right? Efficiency says, are you doing those effective things? Are you doing them effectively? Are you doing them in the right manner? So an analogy would be, I'm off to the gym here in a couple minutes. If I go to the gym, it's easy for me just to get there. Actually, it's hard for me to get there and just walk on the treadmill and not do anything. I see this all the time. I walk in through the athletic club that I belong to, and I see people just kind of really slowly walking on the treadmill. Maybe they're waking up in the morning, but they're watching the news, kind of catching up. And the interesting thing is I'm there for about an hour, and when I leave, it's the same people going the same speed on the same treadmill. And these are healthy individuals. They don't have anything that's stopping them. But really, they're not being efficient with their time. They're not really being efficient with what they're doing. So what I want you to ask yourself is when you sit down to do a task, could be something at work. Maybe you'll go back to sales, you're jumping into your CRM, or maybe you're getting ready to call a client. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? And if the answer for you just says, hey, it's not helping you get closer to your actual vision, then stop it. Stop it immediately. I run several businesses, and oftentimes I'll sit down, I'll have a list of things to do, and I'll look at those and I'll say, hey, first of all, are these things moving the needle significantly for me? If not, I stop. And if they are, and I start working on something, I ask myself, why am I doing this? What is the outcome I actually desire? And if that outcome isn't moving the needle for me, if it isn't getting me more towards being the author of my own story, I cut it out. I stop it altogether. See, all too often we start making to-do lists. We make these long lists of things that we think we need to get done without focusing on the actual outcome we want. Because at the end of the day, it's the outcome that matters, not the tasks we do to get to that outcome. So I'll use fitness one more time as an example. Let's say you want to drop 10 pounds of weight, right? You want to drop 10 pounds of body fat, getting ready for summer, whatever it may be. And you have a list of things you do. You're going to get up early in the morning. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to go running. You're going to stretch. You're going to foam roll. You're going to eat the right things. You're going to make sure your meals are pre-cooked. So you can have all these things in this to-do list, and maybe you've signed up for a 6-week boot camp. You signed up for your 6-week boot camp. You're excited. You got everything ready to go. Along that journey, if you lose those 10 pounds, it doesn't matter that you've checked off all the boxes of those things you need to do in your health and wellness and your fitness. Now, of course, health is different. We're talking about losing those 10 pounds. Again, I'm talking about the outcome. The outcome is the most important objective. And so what I want to ask you today is 2 things. In your 5 to Thrive, where are you being effective? Where are you doing the right things? And where are you just wasting time? And in those things, where are you doing them efficiently? And where do you need to fine-tune them? So again, sit down, ask yourself, why am I doing this? And again, if it's not moving you closer to your vision, to being the author of your own story, stop it right away and pick something that's more effective for you. That's it for me today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Remember, go to authorofyourownstory.com where you can get our 7-day course on being the author of your own story, as well as sign up for our newsletter where you can get additional tips, tricks, and insights delivered right to your email box every day. Have a great day.
I have a question for you. What if you could transform your life for the better in just 90 days? Would you do it? Our 90-Day Game is an online program and community created for people like you who are ready to make a shift and take those dreams and goals they've been talking about for years and turn them into a reality within 90 days. Go to authorofyourownstory.com/90-day-game and turn your goals into reality. And don't forget to be the author of your own story.